Before we begin, I'd like to announce the Goal of the Month competition for August, and of course that went to Scott Cashkep for his goal against Rochdale. It was actually a pretty good goal in fairness, but I know the video was a little bit tongue-in-cheek, a bit sarcastic because we only scored one league goal this season in August, but moving forward for September I would include also any cup goals within the running as well, so hopefully there'll be a few more that we can include. I would also like to invite you to the League 1 and 2 Discord server where you can join a growing League 1 and 2 Discord community, and if you'd like to see something else I do, I run a podcast called Gaps in Knowledge where we talk about history and geography with a colleague of mine, and if you would like to support the channel you could do that through Buy Me a Coffee. The link to all of these things are in the description, and if you would like to donate and leave a message I will read it out in the next video. Welcome to German Gills. Gills are back at home this Saturday afternoon as we play against Swindon Town. Your German Gills show bringing your live match reaction today from your host, Reese. Gills are victorious the last time we met Swindon Town at the county ground, and the same scoreline will be welcome again today. Adam Wesgate will be our live reporter today to see if the Gills can get themselves some much-needed goals at Priestfield Stadium. Schön, dass du da bist und los geht's, Gills! Welcome to the German Gills show as Gillingham take on Swindon Town this afternoon at Priestfield Stadium. There's a bit of a history between these two clubs and a bit of a rivalry, and I hope Neil Harris has made that clear to the players this afternoon. Kick-off in the UK is at 3 o'clock, but over here in Germany it's 4 o'clock, and it's really great to have you here on this German Gills show. I'm going to be your host, Reese, to take you through every step of today's game, and any Swindon Town fans here, thank you very much for stopping by as well. And if you would like to follow our socials, we are of course on Instagram, which is German Gills, and of course we're on Twitter at Deutsche Gills. If you would like to go straight to the live match reaction, use the chat bars at the bottom of the video to navigate around. So today I've made a bit of a change. Instead of wearing a Gillingham shirt, I'm wearing my Duisburg shirt. I'm wearing a bit of a change of fortune, who knows, because mostly every video I've done I wore a Gills shirt. So I've changed the shirt. Maybe it's a bit of a change of fortune, bit of luck, who knows. But I've got the Gills hat on as well to make it clear that I'm a Gills fan. We all know that anyway, but I thought I'd change it up a little bit. So maybe the Duisburg shirt will bring us a bit of luck. But let's have a look at what happened the last time we played Swindon Town. So Wimbledon got Wimbledon South. I can't even say the team name at the moment, but Swindon are going to score. F***ing hell, man. Sorry for swearing, but that's ridiculous. That's literally the first chance of the game that anyone's had. So a long ball coming in from the left-hand side here. Can we get something from this? Over his head, back across to it. It's going to head it, and it's got his shot. Yes! It's 1-0! There we go. It's about time that we got something from it. I wonder if Oliver actually managed to get the goal himself, because it might have crossed the line. It was an absolute peach of a ball from the left-hand side. Oh, Gills have an opportunity here because there's been a mistake here from the Swindon defence, and he's just... it's got in! Where did he find the bottom right-hand corner from there, Oliver? Do you know what, in my head, I was like, if he gets that, it's incredible. I would have given him a 5% chance of even finding the target from there, and he's managed to find out of all places, the bottom right-hand post. And Dempsey's standing over it. Could be a shot, could be a cross. It's been whipped in, and it's gone in! Gills a 3-1 up! What a ball in from Dempsey, and it's crept all the way through. I don't know if it hit any player on the way through, but even in the wind, it did seem like an age to go in, and suddenly Gillingham are storming ahead, and in the space of 6 or 7 minutes, Gills have scored 3 goals and looking very comfortable. So the game ended 3-1 to Gills that afternoon at the county ground. It was the season, I think, that Swindon Town were relegated as well, and now we meet again in League 2. We've had a bit of a history against Swindon Town. There's always a heated affair between the two clubs, and head-to-head all the way back since 1927. It's about even with 35 victories either side and a couple of draws in the middle. So it's always a toss of a coin tends to be against Swindon Town, but hopefully we're on the right side of that today, and I hope we just at least get 1 goal today to celebrate, because at the moment it's pretty dry up top. But we've had 2 new players through the door. We've got Robin McKenzie back, which I'm really pleased about, and we've also got Hedgie Minoga as well, who's joined from Portsmouth on loan to shore the defence up at the back and give us a couple of options. So hopefully this is maybe the key ingredients and maybe to start us to have a squad that moves forward and we can start climbing up the table. It's a bit disappointing we didn't get a striker, but that's the way it goes, unfortunately, in the transfer window. So of course we're going to head over now to Adam Wesgate, and thank you for being on the show, Adam, and I would like to ask you what you think of the transfer window for Gillingham this season.
Thanks, Reese. And as far as the transfer window goes, I think it's been a positive mixed bag, I'm going to say, because on the one hand we didn't get the striker, but how Harris said in his interview that we got 2 out of 3, and I don't think any club can moan about 2 out of 3. It's defensive recruits we've got, so at least we'll be a bit more solid. I'm still disappointed we haven't got a striker, and everyone's in good spirits. So, and actually I think the attendance has gone up a bit today. There are definitely more people than here normally.
And how do you think today's game will unfold, and what do you think the score will be?
So as far as the match goes, it's a funny one because we've switched to 4 at the back, and I've become accustomed to thinking that's a bit of a, the end, so to speak. But we've got the new guy at right back, interestingly, but I think he can play across the entire back line. So we'll have to see what he can do. He's meant to be very athletic. Not the experienced head Neil Harris wanted initially, but if he's athletic, if he brings something to the team, I think that could be okay. And I think the full-back positions have been a little bit weaker than centre-back, which is why we needed 3. So I'm going to be positive today and go for a 2-1 win. But again, we're not 5 at the back, so a 2-1 win with an asterisk, but I'll stick with that.
So let's head over to Priestfield Stadium to see how Gills do against Swindon in today's live match reaction. Los Gates Gills. So we're about to get underway at Priestfield as we kick off. Let's hope we can get a result against Swindon, at least put 1 goal on the back of the net. That would be much welcome. Let's see how it goes. Gills got a bit of early pressure in Swindon as they come forward. Can we get an early goal, early shot away at least? It's gone to Reeves on this left-hand side. He's got support in law, but he's going to take the shot himself, and it's a shot on target. It's a shot on target. Gills got a shot on target for the first 60 seconds of the game. Swindon coming forward now as the first attack of the game. They got a bit of space. They're going to shoot from distance. Oh, and it just goes past the right-hand side of the post. And that is Swindon's first attempt for the game. It's opened up pretty early this game. Gills had a shot on target. Swindon managed to just miss the right-hand side of the post. This could be a very open game, and it's appearing to be that. And so we have to wait and see how this all turns out. But it's still 0-0, but I imagine there's a couple of goals in this one. Oh, it's a back hit from the goalkeeper, and Cass has got a shot, and it just goes over the bar. And Casket should have done a little bit better with that. And, well, the Swindon goalkeeper made a real hash of the clearance, and Elkan managed to put it down. I mean, actually, to be honest, it wasn't really under much pressure, the goalkeeper, but sliced his clearance, and Casket should be getting that on target and doing a lot better. Gills again in the ascendancy here, and I feel if they keep doing this, they will find the back of the net today. Oh, it's been blocked by Reeves. Reeves could be through here. He's got support on the left-hand side with Mandra. Mandra needs to shoot. He needs to score this. My goodness me, what a block that is from Swindon. Gills really putting the pressure on Swindon at the moment and nearly finding an opportunity to get into back of the net. It was a decent bit of work from Reeves to win the ball back. Decent pass again on Mandron's favourite left foot, but the defender did excellently to slide across and manage to tip it over the bar himself. Gills again attacking really, really well in the first 10 minutes of this game. Oh, it could be a problem here for Manoja, and he's just been booked, and he might be sent off right in the first few minutes of the 10 minutes of the game, and he's got a double yellow card, and he's been sent off. What a really poor debut that is for Manoja. Really disappointing, and he didn't need to do that. I think he'd forgotten he had a yellow card. You just let your player run there. You don't need to do anything. You've got 2 players back. You don't need to tackle that, and that really is showing his inexperience. That's really, I say it's unfortunate. It's really stupid, actually. I even think as someone is his age should be knowing that, and Gills are down to 10 men, and we haven't scored in the first 10 minutes. We probably should have done, and now we're down to 10 men, and they're bound to be on the back foot here. It's unbelievable, and the referee is absolutely right to give the second yellow card there. Gills down to 10 men. Swindon coming central, and now they spin it out to the right-hand side, delaying getting the ball into the box. They're waiting for this perfect moment as they're trying to pass it around and sort of as if Arsenal would play and pass it around and get it into the box before they could take a shot. They've got spaces to get on this right-hand side, looking to get them. Now the ball's going to go into the box, and it's taken up by Jolly Williams, who takes a shot, and he puts it right over the top of the bar. I mean, it's Jolly Williams probably would expect to get that one on target. Gills have been defending okay so the last half an hour since the red card, but it's looking pretty dangerous down the right-hand side for Gillingham at the moment. That seems to be where the danger is coming from. There's a good touch from Williams, who, if he gets it on target, I don't think Glenn Morris is going to be saving that one. He hit that with some venom, Williams. Still 0-0, and not really much has happened over the last half an hour since the red card, and long may that continue until at least half time. The ball through here could be Gillingham. Caskett's on the ball. He's got Amanda on there in support. He's got to do something. Come on, get the shot on target. We've hit the post. My goodness me. Caskett's hit the post. He still managed to regain possession somehow. Mandron was there so static. He wasn't doing anything. He wasn't making any space, and he made it very hard for Casket to give him an opportunity to just pass it across the box. I mean, look, I know there was a Swindon defender there, but he's leaving Casket. Oh, it's a tough decision, but here it really should be. Mandron should be trying to find some space. He forced Casket into a shot, and it hit the bottom part of the post. Oh, it's the nearest Gills have come to a goal this half so far. So Swindon have taken this corner short and quickly as it goes into the box, out to the back post. It's a great head. It's a great save by Morris. I mean, to be honest, it was right at him, but he had to get his hands behind it, and his hands had to be strong. That was a bullet header directed right at him. He's done excellently there to just palm that down and get that away. It's a good ball in as well. Tower was high. Yeah, it's a good save. He had to react well to get that, and the Gills goalkeeper has kept them in it, and it's still 0-0. And that is half-time and another 45 minutes where Gills haven't scored a goal. So at half-time it's Gillingham 0, Swindon Town 0, and on the line we've got Adam Wesgate.
Good to be back.
So what do you make of that half, Adam?
Well, it's a bit of a strange one, isn't it? Because on the one hand, first 10 minutes, great. It looked like we were clicking far more. I mean, a far cry from the Carlisle match. Now, obviously, with the sending off, that was never great. But I will say that I'm very encouraged by the way they've reacted, kept everything together, because you'd think Swindon would have one of the better budgets and will be one of the tougher teams to come to Priestfield. And I actually think Gillingham have looked all right. So if we can just keep progressing like this, even if we lose today, and I do want to temper it and say, I think we can win. I probably think I'd take a draw right now. But if we do lose by a goal or two, we've gone down to 10 men. I think we've actually shown quite a lot. So I'm quite heartened in a sort of bizarre way.
And one of the things that we were talking about just before was you said to me you were really surprised that it's pretty much the same team that went up to Carlisle. We couldn't even perform together. And it's surprising that it's the same team now with one man less performing much better against Swindon.
Well, definitely. I think that when you look at Williams, I mean, I think Williams is good, and I think we're better with Williams in the team. But he can't surely make so much of a difference that you go from Carlisle to this. It's just, it's madness in terms of like watching. I mean, it was pretty dross. It was dross against Carlisle. I mean, obviously the team weren't happy with it either. They knew that. And then you've got today, which is just such an improved performance. We just need to be more consistent. And yes, we need that goal. I think, by the way, we would have scored one had we have carried on with the 11 men. So even if we hit that record today, I'm not going to be too disheartened by that. And by the way, shout out to Reeves and Tashkent. I think they've been brilliant.
Yep, totally agree. I think I'm eagerly anticipating this second half, and we'll see your video review at full time, Adam.
Yep, we will see that, and hopefully the piano bar will be going wild, and the Rain and Mend will be rocking, and it'll be 1-0 to Wigan. I'm going to go 1-0. I'm not going to go ludicrous here.
So we're about to get underway for the second half, and hopefully Gills can get something from this game. I think it's probably the most important thing. But if we can snatch something, even better. So Williams got the ball on the right-hand side. Swindon trying to break through. They've got more possession on this right-hand side. They've got a bit of space to get this ball into the box. They're taking the time to get it in there. But they're looking to recycle and reset as the ball now spins out to the left-hand side. And Swindon are, they do this a lot at the moment. There's a lot more space now as Elkan gets beaten out for a corner. Just very quickly while this is here, we're about 75 minutes into this game in the second half. Apart from that, well, actually in the first half, when that a save was made by Morris, we come to the second half. That was literally the only decent chance that's happened since then. There's been no real highlights. Gills have defended relatively well. We've not really had too much up front, and a lot of attacks have died, so there's not really been any highlights as Swindon take this corner now, and then it heads towards goal and goes over the bar, and Swindon felt they probably should have scored that one. I think probably what you've just seen there is the closest that we've come to a goal in this second half, and it was a great ball in, good header, and I mean on another day that goes in the back of the net with a flick on. Didn't happen for Swindon this time, but that's probably the best highlight of the game of this half, so far. Still 0-0. Swindon looking to break down the Gills event from the left-hand side. They're going to take a shoot from distance, and it's palmed away by Glenn Morris. I think it was an easy save in the end, but he had to make it. Unfortunately, didn't let it go out and push it out for a corner because the ball is still in play for Swindon, and it's now hopefully going to be cleared by Elkan or someone in Gills' shirt, and it is. And Gills are trying to keep possession to build up from the back to try and get a breakaway. It's a long high ball over the top, but that's going to go straight to the goalkeeper. But it's a good save from Glenn Morris, and Swindon are on the attack, and they are, it is attack versus defence, but Gills at the moment holding pretty tight, still 0-0. Swindon coming down this left-hand side looking to build an attack. There's a lot of Gills bodies in the box at the moment, and Swindon Live are going to get a nice little chip through or pass through or take a shot from distance. They're looking to find the space. They've got space now on this right-hand side. Gills are closing down particularly well at the moment. It's been crossed across the box, and Gills are to clear their lines. They still haven't. Swindon still got possession. It's a little bit like a handball match at the moment with all the ball passing around the edge of the box trying to find a way in. I keep the commentary going as Swindon is still trying to build this attack at the edge of the box. It seems to be like this most of the game now, as Swindon now go to the right-hand side. This is what it's been like the whole game. About 80% of it is Swindon now trying to get the ball into the box, and it's they still have possession. Oh my goodness me, I don't think I can keep talking for this long as it now goes into the centre. This is what it's been like the whole game, actually, the whole half, sorry, for Swindon. And Gills have held well, but now there's a little bit of space to get the ball into the box, and it goes to back post, and they hit it over the bar. That's what it's been like for pretty much this whole half for those who have not watched the game. That is... it's just been exhausting to watch, really. But Gills are holding tight, and it is still 0-0. Swindon got this ball on the right-hand side, trying to nick it at the end. The thing is, if Swindon score now, it will be 3 points going back to the county ground. As again, they're doing this type of play, they're going to switch to play all the way across to the other side of the pitch. It's a fantastic pass, in fairness. But we continue with this style of football. Swindon are doing passing, trying to find a gap, and it's a shot, and it's a decent save by Morris because that was deflected further away from him as well, because if it wasn't deflected, I think he may have held on to that. So it's really good work again by Swindon to switch to play and find a little gap, but better work from Morris to save a deflected shot. We've got the ball in the box now as the highlight is cut short, and Swindon still have possession from the corner. I kind of want to end the highlight there, but Swindon are on the press at the moment as they're trying to find a way through this Gillingham defence. They're still pressing. It's going on the right-hand side for Swindon as they try and get it into the box. No, they're going to pass it again. This is what it's been like. And do we end the highlight here? No, we're going to keep going. Keep going. Swindon not finding a way through at the moment. And Elkan, who is playing right back at the moment, is doing a pretty decent job, and he's been pretty versatile in that position. And I think I'll end the highlight there. Swindon now have the ball at the outside of the box, and Gills got some bodies there as a shot. It's a block by Aimer, but again, Swindon have the ball in the ascendancy. It's headed away, and Gills had to deal with that. It's half cleared away. It's gone out to the box, and it's gathered by Morris. My goodness me, it's another shot on target for Swindon, and they've been really pressuring the last kind of like 5 minutes. And that is full time. And we go over to Adam Wesgate for his full time analysis.
So that was a bit of a game, wasn't it? I mean, obviously we were kind of happy at half-time, not happy with the fact that we were man down, but with the performance, and I actually thought Gills' game management was pretty decent. I will say from a Swindon perspective, I think I'd be really disappointed. I was a Swindon fan. They just looked bereft of ideas, but I still thought we did it decently, and there's a lot of positives to come. And to take out of, this compared to Carlisle and some of the other performances, I mean, less said about Harrogate, the better. Walsall was okay, but we played with 4 at the back. We looked better. We looked like we might score, like a possible chance, and we had 10 men. But I think we'd have won the game if we'd have had 11 men. So we'll never know. But onwards and upwards, we got Crawley away, I think, next, and hopefully we can get that elusive goal, but I wouldn't focus too much on the record today. This was a much improved performance.
So it ended Gillingham 0, Swindon Town 0, another game Gillingham haven't scored in, but there are different circumstances obviously in this game, and with us going down to 10 men early on into the game is inexcusable, and as a result of that we've done excellently well to keep a clean sheet, and we did nick it here and there. Swindon unfortunately did not look like they really at all score, and they had a couple of good opportunities. They just didn't have an end result. A little bit like us all season. But you know, if we had scored a couple of goals in our few previous games, and then this happened, we wouldn't really batter an eyelid at being 0-0. It's a really great, solid performance from the Gills, and we're pretty much in the defence the whole time. But you know, it still does chalk down as another game where we haven't scored. And again, but I think it'd be unfair for me to really hold that against the Gills in this instance. And actually, they've done pretty well to come out of a point at the end of this. But yeah, it's still a bit disappointing. I wanted us to try and get a win today, obviously, but the red card did hinder us in that process. So we go on to the next game, and thank you very much for watching the video if you made it this far in. And if you would like to join the League 1 and 2 Discord server, you can do so by joining the link in the description. If you would like to see something else that I do, I also run a podcast called Gaps in Knowledge. Link to that's in the description. And if you'd like to support the channel, you can do so through Buy Me a Coffee. The link that's in the description also. But yeah, that's it. Thank you if you made it this far in the video, and on to the next one. Los Gills.